Morning, everyone. Morning. Hope everyone is well on this very bright Monday morning. Hope everyone's good today. Well, here we go. We're only this time tomorrow. It will be the lads will be. Let me change that. That's not right. There we go. That's better. The lads will be, including myself, be very close to leaving for our little holly bobs tomorrow, which I must say I'm looking forward to immensely. The two lads are Mark and Nigel at work this morning. I think they've, especially Nigel, got a busy day today, trying doing a week's work in a day, so as to say. But there you go. So yeah, looking really forward to it. Not much news on the Spurs front. Watched an interesting video about from another YouTube creator and Luka Vuskovic and what he thought was really going on. I watched that this morning. I thought it was quite interesting. But yeah, there's a few of you in this morning, so big up to all of you. Really appreciate it. And we'll get in straight away and say a few hellos. I'll stick the link in. Give me 5-10 minutes to whiz for a few people, and we'll whack the link in and come and have a chat, people. Stu's in this morning. Big up, Stu. Morning to you, mate. He's got errands to run this morning, our Stu. So I'm sure he'll watch back later. Big up, Stu, YouTube member. Hope you're well. Kate's in this morning. Morning to Kate. Hope you're well this morning, Kate. Big up to you. Good morning, my handsome fellows. Hope you are well and ready for Portugal. Well, money-wise, tick. Got to go over the passport, by the way, tick. And I've got to go over the travel agent today to get them to put me boarding pass on my phone. So they're going to do that for me later on. Got to go over there and do that. But apart from that, pack a few clothes in the old rucksack and away we go. T-shirts and the like in there. That'll be about it, to be honest with you, because the weather's lovely over there. So anyway, Kate, we're coming early with the old hug this morning. There we go, and you can have 2 squeezes this morning, Kate, because you're not gonna get an hug for a week, are you? So I have a double squeeze this morning, Kate. But everyone, keep your eyes peeled, because I'm sure over the next week, if we can sort it, we'll do a live. If we can't, we'll get some shorts and maybe short videos on the channel. So keep your lookout. Keep a lookout for them, people, because could be interesting, to say the least. So morning to you, Kate. Hope you're well this morning. She also says it's only 8 degrees at the mo and cloudy. Cool, Kate. I don't know. I suppose it is a bit wispy, cloudy, but it's quite bright out there. I haven't been out, so I don't know what the temperature is. But it'll be similar to yours. I've no doubt 8, 9, 10 degrees, something like that. But yeah, so that's where we are. I can only give you one weather report this morning. Hazy, not overcast, just light cloud, but it's bright out there. The sun keeps poking his head out, as they say. So yeah, it don't look too bad out there. I don't know if there's any rain coming. Okay, I don't think so. I hope not, anyway. Pete's in this morning. Big up to Pete. Hope you're well, Pete. He says, we got cooking and sheriff not in today. Is off to town for an interview. Why today of all days? And big up everyone in the chat. We'll catch you in the WhatsApp group, Pete. Don't worry about that if you're not back. And good luck, mate, with the job interview. As always, hope it all goes well and you get yourself sorted out, fella. Nige is in this morning. Big up to Nige. He says, morning, chaps and chat. Like smashed. Have a great show. I think he's going to be so busy this morning that he won't even have the show in his lug holes, to be quite fair. I know totally whammed out, and he's gonna be a late one probably for Nige tonight, unless he gets cancellations. But yeah, big up Nige. Cheers, mate. Really appreciate it. Jimmy's in. Big up, Jim. He says, good morning, Cookie, and a chat from a cloudy, windy and cool north. Well, yeah, there might be a breeze out there, to be honest, Jim, because I had the old window open earlier and this door shut here, and it was still coming under the door and blowing the door in the lounge. So it might be a bit breezy out there. But big up, Jim. Thanks for popping in, mate. And this geezer here, Andrew Gregory. Andrew, thank you very much, mate. Really appreciate that. You don't need to do that, mate, but thank you very much. He's put in a £20 super chat. Wow. He just says, catch the show later. Have a great holiday, guys. Mate, I think it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good week. I'm really looking forward to it. Bit of sunshine will do me the world of good, mate. A bit of nice hot weather, if you like. Get rid of that arthritis for a bit, as they say. Andrew, big up, mate. Really appreciate that, fella. And no doubt we'll talk soon, whichever way we do, in the comments or whatever it is. So cheers, Andrew. Really appreciate that. Logan's in this morning. Big up to Logan. He says, morning, the legends. I wouldn't say we're legends, mate, by any stretch of the imagination, Logan. But and Sheriff's at work and the chat. Big up everyone, he says. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Logan. Morning to you, mate. Hope you're well this morning. Rodney's in. Big up to Rodney. Always in. Big up, fella. Hope you're well this morning, mate. And having a good day. Colin's in. Good morning, Cookie, Sheriff, and all in the chat. Bon voyage, boys, he says, and send us a virtual postcard. We certainly will, Colin, on the channel. Come on, you Spurs, he says. Absolutely. Transfer window open now. Today, was it today? Transfer window opened? Tomorrow. I think it's today. So, listen, Spurs have to get their finger out now, wouldn't they? I don't know where you are with the Van Heck and the Savinio and the Vuskovic towels that are going round. Tony Bloom trying to, and it's true, I said it in yesterday's show. Tony Bloom, mate, is he's very, very good. People thought Levy was, the negotiator, but Tony Bloom's very good at what he tries to do. Very successful, the Brighton owner. He knows exactly what he's doing regarding Van Heck and Vuskovic and trying to get a deal done and all that stuff. So listen, we'll see what comes out the other side. I can't see Spurs paying 70 million quid for a defender that's got a year left on his contract. But then again, if De Zerbi wants him, they're meant to be backing him. So we'll see again, won't we, on that one? We'll see again. As far as Vuskovic is concerned, we'll just have to let it play out. There's loads of bits and pieces going about, but look, he's in America. I'm sure his agent is doing what he can do. Old Peeny Zarvi, whatever his name is. So we just have to see how it plays out. There's going to be lots of rumours regarding Vuskovic at the end of the day. For me, if you want to play for Spurs, mate, get your head down. It's as simple as that. Get your head down. If you don't want to play for Spurs, leave. We'll spend the money on a forward. Same goes for Van Heck. He says he wants to come. De Zerbi says he wants him, but there's got to be a limit on a player, surely, that's got a year left on his contract. I don't know. It's not my money at the end of the day. So Spurs want to go and pay 70 million for him. That's up to them. Same as I think if Vuskovic goes, whether he's played in the Premier or not, just from the rave reviews, he's got to be worth a few more quid than 30 million. But Spurs have to deal with it at the end of the day. And this is where we were saying in the close season, they need to put people in charge that know football. And perhaps it wouldn't get to this situation. But there you go. It is what it is, people. Tom Kingham's in. Big up to Tom. Morning to you, mate. Hope you're well this morning. Big up, mate. Wembers is in. YouTube member. Big up to Wembers. Hope you're well this morning, mate. He says, morning, Mark, and all in the chat. Hope yourself and the sheriff have a deranged time over there. Is Nige going as well? He most certainly is. Would be great to see some updates of where you're hanging out, etc., etc. Like I say, Wembers, I'm sure there'll be bits and pieces that will be going on the channel. You know, if we've got the facility to do a live, we will. Probably one morning. If not, it'll be shorts, videos, all that type of thing, just so you know that we're all still alive and having a great time. And I think the next breakfast show after today will be Wednesday week. Wednesday week, we'll be back on the waves, no doubt, telling you about our holiday. So I think that's the 24th. I think that's the 24th. 24th of June, I think, is a Wednesday. So, yeah, that'll be the day we're back. Tom says, everywhere you go, always take the sheriff with you. Everywhere you go. Be keeping my beady eye on him. Don't you worry about that, Tom. I'll have me beady on him as the senior. I'll keep him in check. Big up, Scott. Morning to you. Hope you're well this morning, mate. Big up to you. Lee's in. Morning to Lee. May the force be with you. We'll need it next week, Lee. Your force, our force, whatever force it is. Big up to you, Lee. Come on, you Spurs, he says. Marianne's in this morning. Big up, Marianne. Morning to you. Hope you are well over in Norway this morning. The Three Amigos causing havoc in Portugal. Lock up the ladies. Not. You ain't got to lock them up from me, Kate. You ain't got to knock them up from me. I'm the one with the missus. So you know, it's Bill and Ben that are single, as they say. I will be enjoying the sunshine for a week, Kate. Hopefully getting a lovely tan. I hope so. Anyway. Yeah, Marianne, there won't be nothing too outrageous. You're all right. You're all right. We won't get arrested or anything like that. Well, I hope not. Make an effort to behave, she says, in Portugal. Nothing too outrageous with the old wink there, Marianne. I will endeavour to ensure that the lads behave themselves, Marianne. But yeah, Drewler's in. Big up, Drewler. Morning to you, Drewler. I hope you're well this morning. Good morning to Cookie and the chatters. Kate says there was a news alert last night on the TV. They've run out of Amstel in Portugal. I've no doubt the sheriff will change his ticket to a place where it has got Amstel, Kate. But or if he can find any, I'm sure that he'll drink them dry before he comes home. So that'll be an interesting one, Kate. Here we go. Lee's in. He says, sheriff's packing list. Passport. Amstel tokens. Thong. He's left out one I'm going to add in a minute. Stringy vest. Professional boob inspector badge. Interesting. Book of chat-up lines for over 50s. More Amstel tokens. One pair of socks, pants, and obviously the mankini that you forgot there, Lee. So we'll do our best to get Sheriff in the mankini. If I can't find the one that was in the box from however long ago that I've got here, I will take that with me. But if not, I'll buy him one, mate, while we're there, Lee. And we'll see what the Sheriff looks like in a mankini. We'll probably have to hold him down. I'll have to bribe Nige to hold an arm and a leg. And yeah, but it'll be interesting, Lee, won't it? That'll be interesting. Ellie's in this morning. Ellie's back. Ellie's back. Morning to Ellie. Hope you're well. Apple shut her down, but now she's back. Good morning, you wonderful twosome. Good morning to you, Ellie. Lovely to Lovely to see you in the chat. And to all the tubies in the chat, there you go. New nickname for you lot. You're the tubies. The 2 marks tubies. Like it, Ellie. Like it. Morning to you, Ellie. Hope you're well. Paige is in this morning. Morning, peeps. Have a great stream. She says, watching on playback. Catching up on the Ivory Coast and the Sweden games. I watched a lot of the Ivory Coast game last night. Nicked it 1-0 in the last minute, didn't they? And I thought it was a half-decent game, to be fair. I didn't think it was that bad. Looked like, especially second half, that even though Ecuador never scored, that they was having a go, and Ivory Coast were dangerous, trying to hit them on the break. I thought it was a fairly decent game, to be honest, without being spectacular. It actually looked like 22 players on the pitch wanted to win, to be fair. But yeah, it was a half-decent game, I thought. I didn't see the Sweden game. To be honest with you, I got a bit of kip, and here I am. But yeah, big up Paige, morning to you. And she says, make sure to smash the like button on your way in and subscribe. Absolutely. 14 subscribers to 1,300. And also the like button is very important, as usual this morning. If you haven't, smash that like button. Let's see how far to the moon we can get the like button today on the last stream for a week. Let's see who else is in. Morning to Jane. Morning, Jane. Hope you're well this morning. Big up to you. Darren's in this morning. Big up to Darren. Hope you're well this morning, Daz. Morning, lads on tour and chat. Absolutely, we are. Ghosted's in. Big up, Ghosted. Hope you're well this morning. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you. Jezza's in the house this morning. Morning, teammates. These late, early World Cup games are doing me in, especially when there's 4 in a day. Jezza, on the days that there's 4, I don't know if there's 4 every day, but it's there were late ones last night again, weren't there? The Brazil game, the Sweden game, very late. I take it they're over on the those games are over on the Californian coast, are they, or somewhere like that, further away, and or when the time difference is like 8 and 9 hours. So there you go. Morning to Chris. Hope you're well this morning, Chris. I'm flying from Manchester, and Sheriff and Nige are flying from Bristol Airport, I believe, over to Faro. So yeah, that's where we're going from. I'm going from Manchester, and Nige and Mark will be going from Bristol. I think there's landing times. There's meant to be sort of an hour between the 2 flights. I think I'll get there first if I'm on time, and Mark and Nige turn up about an hour and a half later, something like that. So I think we should all be met up by sort of just trying to think, 1, 2, 3, probably about 4:30, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, something like that. I think my flight's at 1, and it gets me in 4:20, 20 to 5. So it's a bit later than that. Maybe 5, 6 o'clock. We'll meet up at the airport tomorrow evening, or afternoon, I should say. But there you go. Claire's in. Morning to Claire. Hope you're well this morning, Claire. Morning to you. Mario's in this morning. Big up, Mario. Hope you're well. And yeah, Jimmy says the transfer window opens today or tomorrow, Jim, to be fair. But yeah, there you go. Be interesting. Transfer window opening tomorrow. Let's see. Let's see what Spurs decide today. Sorry. Let's see if Spurs get any more business done in this first couple of weeks of the window. Kev's in. Morning to Kev. Hope you're well this morning, Kev. Big up to you. Magic Tree's in. It says, morning, mate. Watching the World Cup and seeing loads of VAR cock-ups, and I thought only the Premiership had VAR cock-ups. Was there something to do in the Switzerland-Qatar game? Again, I haven't watched much of the early games, to be honest with you. I thought I wanted to watch the Holland game last night just because I think Japan are a decent side. And then I watched a bit of Ivory Coast, second half of that late last night, the Ivory Coast game against Ecuador. Yeah, Ghosted, he said Ecuador were decent last year. Draw would have probably been a fair result, Ghosted. But I liked it because even though there wasn't, lots of incident in the penalty area, I think both teams knew how important within the structure of the group, how much it would help them to win that game last night. And, Ivory Coast over the moon. Decent finish from Ahmed, by the way. He could have not got his body across that as he slid that one with his left foot as it come across him. If his body hadn't have been, in the position that he got it to, that could have been swerving out and going out towards the corner flag, that strike. So, he took that really well, to be fair. And what about a run from the right back as well? Talk about a marauding run from that right back. I can't remember his name now. I'm sure it began with an S. And no, not Shithole. That's another team. Can't think of his name, but lung-busting run. Got his head up. Beautiful crossing. Ahmed held his run and just, left foot. Opened his body up. Bottom corner. Keeper never had a chance. Decent finish. And Ivory Coast got the win. Nope, he's at work. Ellie. I'm going to stick the link in the chat now. If anyone wants to come on, I'll do that now. If I can remember how to do it, bear with me. Here we go. There you go. The link's just come in the bottom of the chat now. If anyone wants to jump on, I'll just quickly whip through. Shinny Joe says, hello, Mr. Cookie. When are you going to Portugal? Tomorrow lunchtime. Tomorrow lunchtime, but I've got to leave here sort of 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow. So can't get the breakfast show in tomorrow. I was toying on doing it earlier, but you can only go so early, and you all know it's a 9:30 start on here. So I didn't want to sort of go up 7:30 this morning or nothing like that, and no one's about, I thought it was just best to do the last one today, and then obviously we'll do odds and sods as the week goes on this week and get them on the channel. Who else is in this morning? Razzle's in. Big up, Razzle. Hope you're well this morning, mate. Big up to you. Mate. 7-1. What was that all about as well? 7-1 to Germany last night. That was, I didn't watch that, by the way. It was yesterday afternoon, whenever it was. I saw the result. But, 7-1. Morning, Mia. How are you this morning?
Bom dia. That's what you need to be saying. That's how you say good morning in Portuguese.
Could you repeat that again, please, Mia?
Bom dia.
Bon dia.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Interesting. Obviously, I know that bonjour is French, but I didn't know bon dia was Portuguese. So
there's a lot of words that in Spanish they're very, very similar, but that's obviously one that's a bit more, I suppose, sounding like you say, a bit more French sounding. But a lot of it's crossed over with Spanish. Portuguese and Spanish people can normally communicate somewhat because of the language is a little bit similar. Yeah.
Interesting. That's an interesting one. At least I'm in front of the sheriff and Nige there with the pronunciation of bonjour. Mia, I know that one and they don't. I'm keeping that one a secret, and then they'll think when I get there that I'm intelligent. There you go, and I'm not, by the way. What you been up to, Mia? I've been watching a bit of World Cup and keeping up to date with the old Spurs news.
I've been sort of keeping an eye on the World Cup. I feel like there's so many games at the minute, Cookie. It's just too much. They're not
yeah,
really there's not all interesting games to watch. Like I watched a bit of the Brazil game the other day and they were absolutely shocking.
yeah,
I was talking to my brother about it and I was like, during the 90s team, early 2000 team that we remember of Brazil, this doesn't represent that at all. Like
no,
nothing like what they used to be. So they actually got lucky, I think, to have a draw, if I'm honest. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I've been sort of keeping up with it, but the timing's all off. So it doesn't really suit me to stay up until stupid o'clock in the morning to try and watch the football.
No, no. I missed. I didn't watch the Sweden game last night. Like I say, I watched a bit of. I was up late, so I thought, oh, I'll stick the old Ecuador Ivory Coast. I thought it was a decent game, to be fair, and I saw a bit of the Netherlands game, Holland game against Japan because I wanted to see Japan,
Yeah.
Mia, because I think that I'm not necessarily going to. Got a great chance of winning it or anything. I just think they're a lively outsider, Japan, and I thought they give Holland a good game last night. I don't know if you saw any of it.
And I saw like highlights, bits of it, but yeah,
Mm,
it did give them a good game to be fair. And I think you might be right. They could be somewhat of an outsider to sort of get further into competition.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
it's more interesting when it does get further into the competition because obviously they're more competitive games, if you like they're going to be
mm,
more the better teams.
yeah,
Where at the
yeah,
moment, like I say, some of the actual ties are a bit, there, you go. You're thinking, why I'm not going to sit and watch that because that's just at stupid o'clock. Why am I waiting up to watch that match?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I will try and catch some of the England. I will try and watch the England match if it's not so boring that it makes me fall asleep.
Well, it could happen, Mia. You know what we're like in qualifying games at World Cups. Hasn't been
It's
great.
really annoying though, because when you look at some of our English talent, we have got good players that could
Mm,
come and play and be more attacking, but we just seem to get these managers who want to play this boring football. Like I'm obviously somebody who was brought up in again, like when we played World Cups and Euros, like there was times where it was really exciting to watch them. But this team is just really boring. I think it's the managers seem to just stifle what actually we're best at, which is we've actually got some really good attacking players.
yeah, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how Tuchel goes about it. It's Wednesday, isn't it? England's game Wednesday
Yeah, yeah.
night,
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, like I say, you're right, Mia. There's a lot of games at the moment, and you think, whatever, 11 o'clock at night, 2 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is, you think to yourself, no, it's not for me. I need me sleep. You know what I mean? But I've been sort of picking and choosing, like that Holland-Japan game yesterday. I thought that would be a close game and interesting to see how both teams got on. And I've got to admit, I know Japan scored late to equalise, but I think they look half decent. Japan. I don't know. Perhaps
Yeah.
the climate as well might suit them. They like humid and hot weather as well over there. So I just thought they might have a bit of a squeak. One of those teams, there's always one, Mia, isn't there, that surprise people as such. And
Yeah.
I just
I do
thought,
think that I do think the teams that are more used to playing in that climate will do better. I feel like they will
yeah,
fare better. I feel like that a team that's used to it will win it. I feel like it is going to be one of those teams that does it. Maybe Argentina.
yeah,
They've got a shout. And obviously now we've got Senesi. It'd be interesting actually to catch that game, and obviously Team Romero. But yeah, it'd be interesting if they do well because obviously, like I say, I feel like they're used to that climate. The tempo of the game for them is always going to be. They always got a good quality. You know what I mean? They always give a good game, Argentina. So yeah, I think that probably a team like that will probably do fare better. I think that some of maybe the European countries.
yeah. Possibly. I don't know, Mia. Do you think there could be? Do you think it is a Spain France that's gonna win it this year, or can you see it being someone different?
Do you know what? I do give Spain and France a good a high ranking of chance, but I still think I've got a feeling it will be, like I say, a team that's more acclimatized to that sort of heat and stuff. And I don't know, like I've just got a feeling that home turf is something, and that's nearer to their home turf, if you like. And I feel like someone like that will more likely win it. I just don't know. France are good, Italy are good, but we haven't seen enough maybe of them to see how they're going to do in this with, like I say, the different sort of timings and, you know, the way, because we travel, don't forget, like our teams had to travel and the time difference is a lot different for them and the heat and everything else. So I
Yeah.
just wonder if the advantage they will have, maybe they won't be, I think that maybe they've just got a slight disadvantage. I don't think they're not going to go far in the competition, but I feel like maybe they've got a slight disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair play. Did you watch this lad last night, Diamonde, at all? Mia, the Holland game. Do you know what? Go on, Mia.
Yeah, no, I saw, like I say, I've been catching bits of it, but I didn't watch him. No, I didn't like watch enough, like to say I watched the whole game. I watched
Yeah.
highlights.
No, you know, when a player, when you watch a player and you think to yourself, "God, he's decent." Electric pace from a standing start. Mia and Japan were very savvy with him. To be honest, they kept bringing another player over. You know, so he was faced up with two all the time. But it didn't faze him. You know, if he fancied taking them on, he'd have a go. Do you know what I mean? And it's the first time I've really watched him in a game like properly, and I thought he was really decent. To be fair, he's a very, very good player.
He is a very good player. I'm not sure. I think he's been linked to somebody, but I can't think who it is that he's been linked with. But he is a really, really good player. But who, obviously, I don't think he's in Tottenham's reach. I think he'll go somewhere.
No.
But
Go on. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, no, I don't think he'll be in Tottenham reach because I think that there's going to be better teams out there that will want him and see that he's actually a really talented player.
Yeah, absolutely. Ghosted makes a good point. Japan were very good. Also, they were missing Mitoma, Endo, and Minamino. There you go. Interesting that. Tommy's in. Big up to Tommy. Hope you're well this morning, Tom. And Dan's come in. Danny, the Hotspur Hood, with the Germans. There you go. Say no more.
Yeah.
Daniel's in. Go on,
Dan E has just got a cat and he's decided to name his cat Karen, which I actually thought was very funny. I was giggling to myself that he called his cat Karen.
There you go. Big up, Dan.
Karen the cat.
Karen the cat. Yeah, big up. I wanted to read this one out from Daniel Harris. He said he's dedicating this comment to my dad, who passed away yesterday morning, June the 14th. I'm so sorry to hear that, Daniel. Lifelong Spurs fan, the man who gave me this wonderful club and someone who loved watching your show with me. Oh, Daniel, I appreciate that, mate. I'm so sorry that you've lost your dad. I don't know what to say, mate, really. You know, chin up and wow, it's an art. It's a difficult one to read out, to be honest, Daniel. But I thought I had to. I get a bit emotional with stuff like this. I'm afraid to say, brings back a lot of memories for me. But you know, Daniel, life goes on, as they say, and I'm sure that your dad is very proud of you, and that you'll do stuff in life that perhaps he didn't in your life, and you'll make him very proud, mate. So, you know, big up to you, mate, and big up to your dad, mate.
Joe,
go on.
What I would say is that I always think that life's for living, and when we lose a loved one, it's really difficult, and you never really accept it. You just sort of get used to the fact they're not here. Because I lost my dad. It'll be a year in August that I lost my dad. So it doesn't get any easier to accept, but you sort of have to, you kind of, because the thing about it is that we all know it's going to happen, but we never think it's going to happen, if that makes sense. So whenever it happens, you're like, it's horrible because you never want it to happen. And we inevitably know that it is going to happen. Like even yesterday, funny thing, like I was listening to, I was going through my Insta and it was like things that you shouldn't, like funny songs that you shouldn't play at a cremation, and one of them was Burn Baby Burn, and I turned around to my boys and said, Grandad would have loved that. He would have thought that was hilarious if we would have played that for him. You know, like little things like you keep memories alive by talking about them and by relaying stories and little things like that. You always keep them in your heart. Always. It's, you know, those memories will always be with you. So although they're not here in body, they're here in your heart. So
of course they are.
That's what I would say about it. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm honestly so sorry because, like I say, I know what it was like when it happened only not quite a year ago for me. It's absolutely devastating. It's still very fresh and I still cry. I hear things, I see things, and it obviously, I'm still cry about it. It's not quite at the stage of where you kind of don't feel emotional about it yet. Like it does take a while.
Mia, I've got to tell you, my parents have been gone 20 years. They died within a year of each other. Both had cancer, right? And 20 years has gone by and there's not a day that I don't think about them. There's not a day that goes past where someone will say something, you know, and it just like triggers a memory. And listen, Daniel, there won't be a day that goes past where you don't think about your parents, your dad in this case, and your mum. And it's just how life is, mate. Like life's a big revolving circle. And, you know, like I say, you have to get on with your life, mate, and do the best you can and make your dad proud, mate. That's all you can do.
100%.
Don't know 100%. What else to say, mate. I don't know what else to say, but we're thinking of you, mate. We're thinking of you, and you know where we are. So that's all I can say. That's all I can say. World Under says Potter's got Sweden looking good though, although the opposition was poor. I didn't watch it. World Under, I've got to say, I saw one little highlight where Gokares was going down the wing early doors and he smashed one over the bar, and that was about it. That's all I've seen. World Under, but if they looked half decent, whoever it was against, then good luck to them at the end of the day.
I've just been told Diamande plays for Ivory Coast and it's Liverpool.
Sorry, not Ivory. Sorry, yeah, I did think that when I said it, Mia. Sorry, I got a bit confused. Like, you know what it's like when you're watching. I watched sort of half of one game and 3/4 of the other game, and it was late and I was tired anyway. I don't even know what I was doing up, to be honest with you. But yeah, apologies for that, people. I do apologise. Kev's come in with a super chat. Big up to you, Kev. Really appreciate that, mate. Says, Cook, you have a great time in Portugal. Hope you all have a brilliant time. Have a drink on me, mate. Thanks, Kev. Really appreciate that, mate. Really do appreciate that. And thanks for your support, mate, in the WhatsApp group and on the channel. Really appreciate it.
It's okay. I've called ahead to Portugal's main people and told them that you're on the way, so they're already pre-warned.
We're pre-warned. We're on our way. I've got to go and sort my ticket out today, Mia. I haven't even. I've got my ticket, but I haven't got my boarding pass, and I've got to go over because I didn't book on the internet. I booked at a travel agent, so I couldn't find a flight on the internet that took me to Portugal within a reasonable time of when Mark and Nige get there, without sort of waiting half a day. So I thought, I'll leg it over the travel agent and see what they've got going on as my computer's going mad. I sorted a ticket out. They found me a flight. It was like I said, within about an hour and a half of but you know, it's the travel agent, and I'm flying on Ryanair. Give them a shout out, Ryanair, and I think I've only been on there once. And but they do charge you for it when you go to a travel agent and you're looking for a flight. Trust me, it ain't 69 quid return or whatever it is on Ryanair. But yeah, I've got to go over there and sort that out today. Apart from that, chuck a few things in the old rucksack, Mia, and away we go, as they say. So that'll be that.
when we went to Spain, we did the same. We just had carry-on luggage because when you
Yeah,
go, you don't need that much. Like the boys only need shorts and t-shirts, and I don't need much. I packed loads of dresses that you could like wrap up tight,
yeah,
and a few pairs of shorts and a few tops. Like it's so hot out there, you
yeah.
don't really need a lot to be fair. So yeah, we had a rucksack each. And there was more than enough clothes, more than enough. And we actually, in our apartment, had a washing machine, so we could actually wash clothes if we really needed to.
Oh well, yeah, yeah. There you go. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm sort of t-shirts, boxer shorts, shorts. Not even taking any socks with me here, to be
Oh, you
honest with
don't
you.
need socks.
You know what I mean? So it's just that's all it is: t-shirts, underwear, a bag with your wash stuff in it, and I don't know, me Birkenstocks because I'll have them on all week, as they say, me old flip flop thingamajiggies. So got to try and get your toes brown. Morning, Anthony. How are you, mate? You
Morning.
okay?
Yeah, not bad. I was just going to say, when I went to Turkey, with me and my missus we took carry-ons. We didn't take any suitcases,
Yeah, yeah,
and half the clothes I took with me I didn't even wear anyway. I took some jeans in case it got cold. So I got told it could get cold in the evening and stuff,
yeah.
and it was perfect.
In
I didn't need to wear any jeans or anything. So
jeans
half the
in
clothes.
Turkey in the evenings?
Yeah.
You mad? Like
Well,
people obviously.
when I went, it was actually. It was warm in the day, but there was a couple of days where it was very windy.
What time of year did you go?
We went last month.
Oh yeah, no, that's still quite like because I
Yeah, but
know from site.
first couple of days was really nice, but I think the last day was so windy. We was on the beach. We had to come off the beach because we got cold. We weren't the
Oh
only
well,
ones. There
Wow,
was a few people.
yeah.
wow,
It actually
yeah,
rained over there. The week before we went, it was hammering it down with rain. We got quite a lucky week actually because it was quite sunny when we went. But the week before, it's hammering it down apparently.
yeah. Normally in countries like that though, when I used to go Cyprus when I was a kid, if it rained, it wasn't really raining for long, and because it's quite warm, especially that time of year, it don't tend to be like as cold like when it rains over here. It don't tend to be like the same if you like, because their cold weather is our version of like fairly warm, like mild weather. So they kind of go down to what 18, 19s. Like it's not actually that cold. That's
Well,
like their
apparently,
cold ver
apparently in Turkey, it very rarely rains, but this year they've had loads of rain. Apparently, when we went, the
Yeah.
whole week apparently was all rain, and when we got there, it was cloudy and there was still water on the ground. But the next day, the sun was out, and the sun was out for the rest of the week. But we just had a couple towards the end, had a couple of days where it was a bit windy, things like that. But yeah,
There you go. I mean, I'm gonna wear jeans to go in, so I've got a pair of jeans there, if you know what I mean. And I'll take something for the evening, just in case, like you say, it gets a bit chilly. I don't think it will, but I'll have it on, to wear rather than it being
best
in
to
the.
have it rather than not have it. That's what I say.
Well, yeah, I'll just wear it, and then I've got it. Then if I need a jumper or if I need a pair of jeans, I'll wear them on the plane to sort of go in, And then once I'm there, I'll just be in shorts and a t-shirt
Well,
for the week.
when I went
What?
to Spain, not last year, the year before, my eldest, he's a bit of a funny one. He likes to wear fluffy pajamas even in this time of year because he's strange. But he wore like a tracksuit, and when we got off the plane, that heat from Spain just hit you. It was in the evening, and it was still so hot. And I was like, "You're mad!" And he's like, "I'm not that hot." I'm like, "Are you crazy, boy? Like it is so hot even this time of the evening, and you're wearing a tracksuit." He wanted to take long sleeve stuff with him. And I told him no. I was like, we're only taking shorts and t-shirts. You're not taking nothing long sleeve with you. Like, don't be crazy. It's going to be so hot over there. We were going in August, so it's like a really hot time of the year. But yeah, he's got absolutely no sense. I was like, we're not taking nothing long sleeve. We're not taking nothing but sandals and like flip flops and stuff. You're not wearing nothing else. Like, you cannot be wearing any trainers. You can wear them to the airport and that's it.
You tell him, Mia.
Oh yeah, he's bigger than me. He's bigger than me, and I still tell him, "Don't worry." He runs. He knows if I chase after him, he runs. He knows better.
Oh man,
I've seen
honestly.
I've seen people wear shorts in the winter and all that stuff, and then there's the same people wear like cover up in like hoodies and stuff in
Hang
the
on a
summer.
minute. I've got a tale to tell here. I am one of those blokes that wears shorts when it's freezing outside. Not so much now. Well, not at all now, because the cold does me in. But when I had me courier around, and I was out there every day doing me business, I'd go wearing a pair of shorts, Anthony, because you're running around all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Are you one of these people that take your shirt off at football like the Northerners? Yeah.
No, not quite.
Joe, my youngest is like that. Minus one, and he'll go outside in shorts and t-shirt, and I'm like, take a jumper with you. He's like, oh, it ain't that cold, Mum. Mate, it's ice on the floor, man. Are you crazy?
I used to do that as a kid, actually. When I was playing football, when I was younger, I used to do that, but not as I get older now. I'm always told.
The thing is, he's 16, and when he goes to school, he's like, I'm not cold. What can I tell him? At the end of the day, he's old enough now to decide for himself, isn't he? Like, he's 16 years old. I can't be telling him like a baby, oh, you've got to wear this or got to wear that. So now I go to him, right then, cool. It's up to you. Like, if you want to go out in shorts and t-shirts in the winter, people look at him strange. They're like, this kid must have something wrong with him. I'm like, yep, no sense, no feeling, clearly.
Yeah.
Mad child.
Yeah. Let me just say, just changing subjects again, big up to everyone in the chat, giving well wishes to Daniel. This is the sort of community of people that has been built on this channel, and big up to all of you. Just wanted to say that because I'm just scrolling through the chat here to bring comments up, and virtually everyone is a message to Daniel. So like I said, big up to all of you, and big up to you, Daniel, on that. Anthony, have you got any Spurs news at all? Is there any development? And now the transfer window's open.
My mate messaged me earlier and said apparently Spurs are looking at Liam Delap, but I've not heard any.
Oh, I heard that last night.
I don't know about
that. I heard that on was it Sky? I heard that.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I've not heard anything. It
might have been Sky. Maybe. As I was flicking through Sky Sports, Anthony, don't hold me to that, but it might have been. Have you seen anyone at the World Cup, Anthony, and you think, from maybe one of the nations that are not so big on the football front, have you seen anyone so far and you think to yourself, cool, I'll have a bit of that. He don't look bad.
To be honest with you, I've when it's come to the World Cup, I've only seen bits of games, because by the time a lot of the games kick off, I'm getting ready to watch them, and then I'm like snoring my head off.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's been some what look like decent performances, but I haven't even watched the whole game yet, to be honest with you.
Brazil Morocco the other night, I set to watch that and I was asleep when the second half kicked off.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people in the chat. I didn't watch any of the Brazil game, but there's a lot of people in the chat saying Brazil are not anything close to what they were. Like Mia said earlier, back in the day, it's not like you're watching the Brazil of even 10 or 12 years ago, I suppose. I don't know. Like I say, I watched the second half of the Japan game. Japan.
I never saw all of it, but I heard that they looked good.
They did. They don't give up, do they, Anthony? They're 95 minutes they're on it all the time, and so to be fair, Holland played all right as well. It's just a good game. It was a good game. Do you know what I mean? But both sides, it was all right.
How did Van Heck get on?
From what I saw, he was okay. He was okay. Van der Ven was okay. It was just, hang on a minute. What's going on here? Hold on a minute. Let this geezer in here. Where's he come from? Why ain't you at work?
Mate. Well, I got cancelled, man.
Oh, here we go.
No, mate.
Here we go. He's give it the big un. Oh, I've got to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go, Cookie. Oh, it's holiday week. Da, 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 da. And here he is at 10:24 a.m. back in the saddle. Good morning to you, Sheriff. How are you, mate?
Big up, mate. It couldn't have happened on a better day, mate. I
Come on,
rocked up.
then. How comes you got cancelled? Tell us.
I don't
Enlighten
know,
us.
mate. I don't know. The job that I was meant to be doing was cancelled, and they said you just won't go home. I was like, I was in my car before they bloody finished speaking, mate.
Like, what? Yeah.
Wheel spinning up the road.
I don't. See you later. Didn't know your car went that fast.
It does when I want it to.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it you didn't watch any football last night then, Sheriff. Early night, you went to bed about 10, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched a bit of the Germany game.
All right, okay. Any thoughts on that? Because I didn't see that at all, to be fair. Didn't interest me in the slightest.
I'm not sure. I think it was 5-1.
Yeah, finished 7-1.
Yeah, no, I know it finished 7. I think it was 5-1 when I left.
Yeah.
I thought I'd better have an early-ish night.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Morning to Daniel. Hope you're well. I'm still scrolling down and seeing lots of well wishes for Daniel in here. So
can I just say as well, Danny's recommended that I give one of my bikinis to Sheriff. If I do that, it's going to be burnt afterwards. It shall not need to be returned.
There's also, you've missed it this morning, Sheriff, to be honest with you. We've had the Lee Payne Bible of what's going on with your holiday. Actually, I'm going to scroll all the way back up here and read it out to you if I can find it, because he's sorted your holiday right out, mate, to be fair.
Oh, is it?
I think it's way too far. I'm looking. You'll have to talk for a minute, Sheriff, while I look.
I'm not sure what's going on. I've only just jumped on, to be honest.
Just talk about football, Sheriff. Anything.
I didn't watch any of it, mate. I will quickly research the scores from last night. I'm not sure who played.
Ivory Coast won 1-0 against Ecuador, last minute winner. I watched the second half of that. Holland and Japan drew 2-2.
You said that was a game to watch.
Yeah, good game that. Enjoyed that.
Sweden beat Tunisia 5-1.
Oh, there you go. That's the score I didn't know. And Germany won 7-1, obviously.
Yeah.
Did you say the Ivory Coast name? Did you say the Ivory Coast one?
I was just interested because, to be honest, Anthony, I sort of watched a little bit at the end of the first half. I thought, I'll watch it to half time. And I was nodding. You know what it's like? I was sitting there nodding. And it came on second half and I sort of woke up a little bit. And I watched the second half. I really enjoyed it, to be fair, because it looked like both teams wanted to win the game. They knew how important it was in as far as the group was concerned. And Ivory Coast nicked the old winner in the last minute, Ahmed Diallo, with, I've got to say, a sublime finish.
He looked really upset when he was. I read somewhere that he looked really upset because he was trying to do a celebration and everyone was like, all the players were like sort of jumping all over him, and he was
jumping
like
on him.
upset that they wouldn't let him do his celebration or something.
Yeah, I think he was trying to make a point and he was upset that he had been left out the team, Anthony, because he came on a sub, didn't he? And I think he was just making the point to his manager, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it was a great finish, to be fair. I can't remember, is it Slingo or something, the bloke's name, the right back for Ivory Coast. He'd burnt some geezer's ear off. They'd got in a bit of a collision about a minute before, and you see him go up to the bloke screaming in his ear hole, like having it large. And then a minute later, there he is. He picks the ball up out on the sort of bit further right midfield sort of area, just inside his own half, beats the player, and boom, away he goes. And the legs opened, and he just got his head up, knocked it across, straight into Ahmed's path. He opened his body up, left foot. It came across him, opened it up. And a lot of them, I think you'd spoon and end up sort of bending it out towards the corner flag, if you know what I mean. But he got his body positioning just right. First time, bang, straight in the corner. Keeper had no, really good finish. I just enjoyed the game. I thought it was a good game. Both teams wanted to win the game, if you know what I mean.
So they should in the first one, shouldn't they?
Well,
first game's important, isn't it? You only get 3.
Well, you get 3 chances, didn't you, at the end of the day? And I think both of those teams had worked out, obviously, after Germany had beat, I don't know how you pronounce it, Kuriako, something like that, 7-1. Do you know what I mean? Then that game there between those two was the game for second place, if that makes sense, or get to, you know. So Ecuador have got it all to do now. They've got to either turn Germany over or something, and beat Kurikaku, whatever it's called.
Now, I am going to interject a little bit, mate. Have you done the super chats?
I've done 2 of them. I've done 2.
Oh, you've done both of them, have you?
Yeah, I haven't got to there's another one I've seen. I haven't got there yet, but I'll scroll down to it. Oh, here we go. I've only found the comment from Lee. I can't believe it. Yeah, I'll bring it up. Sheriff's packaging list, passport, Amstel tokens, thong, stringy vest, professional boob inspector badge, book of chat-up lines for over 50s, more Amstel tokens, 1 pair of socks and 1 pair of pants. And I added to that, and 1 mankini. There you go.
No, that's what you're bringing, apparently.
For you, yeah.
Yeah. And no, there'll be no pictures of me in that. Honestly, no, there won't be. I don't care how drunk I get.
What are the chat lines? Do you want to come and play bingo with me?
What was that? I missed that.
I said, what are the chat up lines? Do you want to come play some bingo with me?
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
Bingo was on over the pub last night after the meat draw. But
there you go.
I don't partake in that.
And what were the winnings on the meat draw this week, Sheriff? I did see the picture and I forgot what they were.
Some sausages.
Nice.
And a load of bacon.
There you go.
Not really the main prizes, but anything's a bonus.
Well, yeah, of course. It absolutely is.
Butcher sausages as well, and they are nice. I've had them before.
You can't beat butcher sausages, Sheriff.
No.
I don't think you can anyway. But
Tom's just come up with something as well. It's true. You missed the little blue pills. That needs to obviously also be packed.
Oh yeah, don't forget the WABs. Yeah, you need your blue pills, Sheriff, don't you? Lee's left.
They're already in the bag, mate.
Oh, they're already in. He's put them in a little zip compartment of their own. Yeah. He knows exactly where they is. William has sent in a super chat. Big up to you, William. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, big up.
He says, have a pint on me, guys. My birthday on D-Day, born that great year of 1961 in Scotland. My dad was a Spurs man. He loved Danny Blanchflower and Alan Gilzean. There you go. There's going back in. I loved Gilly. I've got to say, when I was a kid, I loved Alan Gilzean. I thought he was great.
I'll be honest, mate, I can't really remember him. I know I'm only 2 or 3 years younger than you.
You know when we say about when comments like this come up and it brings back memories.
Yeah.
Straight away, I don't remember Danny Blanchflower. I was too young for that. But I do remember seeing Alan Gilzean as a proper nipper at Spurs. You know, like you just get them flashbacks, don't you, now and again from days gone by. And I just Alan Gilzean stuck in my head, I suppose, from being a young Spurs fan. But Martin Chivers, Martin Peters, Ralph Coates, all them. I
can just remember them names.
Yes. Anthony and Mia, when you go back and you're looking like back in the day, I know you're obviously not pensioners like me and the Sheriff, but you know, when you look back as being youngsters, who were the ones that you were sort of following? You know, like when you were young and Spurs fans, who were the players that sort of pulled you into Tottenham as such?
Probably Klinsmann.
Klinsmann, yeah, I was going to say Klinsmann.
Gaza.
Ferdinand, players like that.
Fair play, Gaza.
I love Schindler as well.
Oh.
Yeah, Ginola, of course.
Did you, Mia, can I just ask, like back in the day, like how you find Mr. Romero sort of floats your boat a little bit. Was it the same back in the day with when you was a younger lady with Monsieur Ginola?
No, I'm going to say something. It's going to probably not be a very good popular thing, but I was I was more into Mr. David Beckham when I was younger.
Oh, say no more. The old sarong and all that.
When the halfway goal, obviously that's like you got attention to that. You're like, wow, who's this guy? And then I was like, oh, he's rather nice. So because Man United were on TV a lot, I got to see a lot of David. And his granddad supported Tottenham.
Yeah,
his granddad used to support Spurs. So I always watched David, and I liked his when he had his rebel fit bit when he shaved his head, when he come out of his collar up, shaved head. That was the best of Mr. Beckham. Then I like him then.
Because you remember, I think it was at White Hart Lane. You remember when we was 2 or 3 up at half time and they beat us
3-0 up at half time?
Yeah, and they beat us 5. Beckham said he had to apologise to his granddad.
Yeah, he did.
Because he always scored against us. Anyway.
Yeah,
we have another guest.
Oh, do we?
David Beckham said he used to look up at the stands knowing his granddad was watching him and feel a bit like apologetic because he knew that he'd have to afterwards face his granddad that he obviously scored against Tottenham. So he did feel that bit of guilt, David, because he actually originally he's like Leytonstone, isn't he? So he wasn't from down here.
He grew up around the Tottenham area, didn't he? Generally.
Yeah. That's why his granddad obviously supports Spurs. So I know a lot about David since I was such a big fan.
I wonder if he was a Tottenham fan as well when he was younger then.
I don't think he was.
Bex was always a Man United fan. Bex was always a Man United
fan. Roy Keane. Roy Keane apparently was a Tottenham fan as a boy.
I'll tell you, David, because you see pictures when he was little, he was given a Man United shirt. And if I remember the story correctly, I think he was given, I don't know if he was given another shirt, but I know he was given the Man U shirt when he was really young. And you've got pictures of him standing with it. So he always supported Man United.
Yeah, always. I've heard them stories as well. He was always a Man U fan. That's probably why he lived in London, to be honest.
Yeah, most Londoners are, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I always say that when we play Man United, I'm like, well, at least their fans don't have to come from far.
Yeah. Morning, Ben. How are you, sir? How are you this morning?
Big up, sir.
I'm good. I've had my first cup of coffee and I'm fancying a second, which is always good. It's a crap day out there, but mildly refreshed. I'm enjoying some football. My love of football is starting to come back, which is the beauty of the World Cup.
Yeah.
And we've seen some great games, particularly the Netherlands-Japan game. I would say, for me, that was the best game of the tournament so far. I really enjoyed that game of football, the back and forth, 2 teams looking to win a game of football, loads of quality. Opinions changed on players when they have a bit of quality behind them, particularly someone like Vinicius Jr., who I thought Brazil were absolutely awful, Sheriff. Your boys need to show up for you, mate.
I know.
But Vinicius Jr. was electric in that game. That goal he scored was fantastic goal.
I do blame the wheel of corruption.
Yes, so do I.
The problem with Brazil is, Ben, is they've got one player who's electric, and that's individual brilliance instead of actually the whole team being good, because their whole team is just. It was poor. That game was so poor.
Quality players, though, Mia. You can't say they haven't got quality players in their team. Alisson is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Marquinhos is one of the best defenders in the world. Gabriel's the best centre-back in the Premier League last year.
But that's all defending. What I'm trying to say is when we used to watch Brazil when we was young, it was all about flair and attack, and they just don't have that anymore like they used to.
It's all about adaptation, isn't it? They've got to get the likes of Bruno Guimaraes on the ball because, again, I think he's one of the best players in the world, Bruno. It's all about getting the right players in the right setup. And if there's anyone that can manage that, it's Carlo Ancelotti, but they got that all wrong against Morocco. Morocco were brilliant. You've got to give it to them boys. They were very, 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 very competent. And
It's a bit like Egypt in a way. They've got Salah and Marmoush, but apart from that, the rest of the team's rubbish.
they'll work hard, won't they? They'll work hard for each other. And Brazil need to pull together and show they are a good. I mean, it's very funny. You would never, if you had asked me in 2002 when we saw one of the greatest teams you've ever seen, would you have for Brazil a forward that plays for Brentford, a former forward that used to play for Leeds, and a forward that used to play for West Ham in their team? You're like thinking, what? You think, what?
Rafinha's a good one, though. I do like him.
Rafinha is excellent. Sorry, I just spat all over the keyboard.
But compared to what they used to have, it's Ronaldinho, Vivaldo, all those. There's a massive drop-off, isn't it?
There's a massive miss of Real Madrid players. There are a few Barcelona players in the team. Football is not as good as it was in terms of the mercurial, talented player. Football is now much more of a team sport, for better or for worse. I personally don't prefer this more. I want to see the likes of Ronaldinho. I want to see the likes of Ronaldinho take on 1 million players and hit one in the top corner. I want to see the likes of Ronaldo's. I want to see the likes of Messi's. I want to see the likes of Ginola. I want to see individual brilliance. But
I want to see Roberto Carlos free kicks heading for the corner flag and begging.
You need more of those type of players in football. Football since a certain Pep Guardiola came has made football much more team based. Of the team is more than the mercurial. There aren't many Mavericks playing football now. There aren't. It's a shame. It's a shame.
You know Jack Grealish, for example. I thought when he was at Villa, I thought he was excellent. He used to take players on, and as much as he's gone to Man City and won loads of trophies, and I'm not dismissing Pep because I think he's a great manager. He took that out of him a bit.
He was brilliant in his first season, though, wasn't he? He was brilliant in his first season at Man City. But you're right. Thierry Henry had it at Barcelona, didn't he? Thierry Henry was arguably the best striker on the planet when he went to Barcelona. But he was a left winger for Barcelona because the likes of Lionel Messi in the team. You can't not have Messi and likes of those players. Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager that's, apart from maybe Sir Alex Ferguson. I think them two are equal as the best two managers of all time. I think they're equal. But I would like a few more Mavericks playing football, because that's the reason a lot of us grew up playing football. The arm of Graham, like the reason he loves football is because he loved George Best. But he thought he was going to be a Man United player when he went to watch a game of Man United versus Tottenham. And he ended up seeing Jimmy Greaves, and then he was a Tottenham fan, and he's been a Tottenham fan for the rest of his life. Worst mistake he's ever made, Arm of Graham. If you'd watched Man United supporting Man United, you would have seen a hell of a load of trophies.
Do you know what I think? Actually, I feel like Ferguson's a better manager than Pep, because if you think about all the things that they've done and charges they've got to get there, I feel like that Man City has done it in a bit of like an underhanded way, where I feel like that Sir Alex Ferguson done it through pure brilliant. I'm not saying Pep's not a brilliant manager, but I just feel like Ferguson's different. Like he's different, man. I'm not talking about.
I'm just talking about coaching here. That we can go into how the football club, but as a coach, you can't argue with Pep Guardiola, the only manager that's ever got more than 100 points in the league. Sorry, Arsenal fans. I think the Centurion season is better than the Invincible season. But that's me. 100 points in the season and winning the treble. For me, that's better. That's better. Alex Ferguson is. I love. If I was going to choose him, I love the Sir Alex Ferguson style of football. I love English football more than I like the tiki-taka style of football. It's all about opinions on what style of football floats your goat. And that's the beauty of football. It's the beauty of
that
football.
That Man United team under Sir Alex, it was very good.
Frightening.
Who was the ex-Liverpool player that said he was on the match of the day and he said you can't win nothing with kids?
Alan Hansen,
that's him. Can't win nothing with kids.
He was slightly right, though. He was right, but he was wrong. He was right. You can't win anything with kids. But those 11 kids were and he also had experience in that team as well.
Yes.
He didn't just have kids in that team. But if you're going to have a kid, at least have a Paul Scholes and a Ryan Giggs and a Gary Neville and
They don't
players.
They don't make those players anymore, though.
No, they don't.
No, and unfortunately, Ryan Giggs did play for England, didn't he, at youth level?
It's a shame.
Yeah, he definitely, because I believe it was at my local ground. There was a England versus somebody under 21s or sorry, under 18s.
The Welsh team is English, aren't they? Half the Welsh team is English.
Ryan Giggs, such a brilliant, excellent player in his time. Fantastic. He went on for years. Like, the ability that he had was fantastic. As a human, absolutely disgraceful as a human.
There's a few players like that, Mia, aren't there?
Yeah.
There's a few players
absolutely
like
brilliant
that.
players, but disgraceful as humans.
It's unfortunately people that are artists. The people that are artists are flawed. How many musicians in the world are flawed human people that are footballers? I believe are like artists because at least the old ones were. So many artists, so many musicians. They're all flawed characters, and that's why they can do what they do on a football pitch in front of thousands upon thousands of people. Put a normal person in front of that, they fold, and you need that level of ego to be able to do that.
But you know what? There's a level of ego, but there's also having morals, and I just think like your brother's wife, man, like he's like disgraceful.
Loads of normal people do that as well, Mia. He's not that. He just happens to be a celebrity.
It doesn't mean just because other people do it or anyone does it that it's right. None of the people that have done bad things are justified in doing it. Like,
he's not the first person that's going to happen to. It's not the last person that's going to happen to.
Yeah, no, of course. But the fact is what I'm trying to say is that there's plenty of people out there, like artists that are flawed. You see them there, like say like an Amy Winehouse, a very troubled young lady who drank 100%. And done things that did things like obviously, but that's doing things to herself. But when you're doing things that affect other people, like morally, you're just a horrible person. Nothing justifies it. How famous you are, how much money you are, how little money you've got, nothing justifies doing such like disgusting things that these people do. And obviously it's publicized because they're obviously famous, but famous people tend to seem to get away with a lot more. Like when you look at the things that we see that people do, famous people, not morally corrupt is what I say.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
I missed the conversation. Sorry, I don't know what you were talking about.
It's all about how
it's about
Ryan Giggs and his adultery.
Yeah.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt for the 2 Mark Show. Ryan Giggs and his adultery. Get it, mate.
What I was saying, Cookie, is that fantastic player in his time, a fantastic quality, and the skills that he had. He was fantastic as a player, but morally as a person was a bit dodgy. That's all I said.
Yeah, If you go down that road, you're gonna get labelled, aren't you? At the end of the day, that he went down.
Like a lot of players, obviously, that's what we're saying. Like players are flawed, but it doesn't mean it's inexcusable to behave that because you're a footballer. I don't think that just because you're a quality player. Look at someone like Messi. He's never done anything. Look what an amazing player he is. But morally, he's not a morally corrupt person that we know of. Like he's always been all right.
We don't know yet, Mia, do we? That's the problem.
Well, we don't know, but I think in all these time in his career, you'd thought something would have come out about him, and nothing has. Harry Kane, another one. So you can have fantastic skill, be a fantastic footballer, and not be like that kind of person. You could be.
But didn't the Giggs stuff come out after his career finished?
I think he was still playing. I think he was just still playing.
Yeah, I thought he was as well, to be honest.
Because he played till he was quite old, didn't he, Giggs?
Yeah.
He's always looked old, doesn't he? He looked about 40 when he was in his 20s.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, lots of players are flawed in different ways. Look at Gaza. He loved to drink. Yeah, that was his way of his way of being flawed, if you know what I mean. George Best, he was another one. I know it was a different time back then and all that sort of stuff, but from what I hear, there was drinking in the dressing room, there was drinking here, drinking there, and drinking every bloody where. You know what I mean?
Back in the
Yeah.
old, I used to hear my dad used to say back in the olden day, there used to be a player. I can't remember who it was, but he used to go to the betting shop at before the game started. I don't know if it was before the game started or half time. He used to pop over to the betting shop, put a couple of bets on, then go over and watch the game. Go and get prepared for the game. I can't remember what play it was, but back in the olden days, it was probably allowed back in those days, wasn't it?
Yeah, what I was saying though, Cookie, is that when you do things to yourself to harm yourself because you're a flawed person is different to harming other people. And obviously, Gaza, the rumor was what he did to obviously his missus and other things like that. That's obviously something I would never condone. As a player, he was fantastic, but as a person, was he not the great morally? Yeah, he wasn't great morally. Like obviously not, because of stuff, not just because drinking and doing stuff to yourself, that's your choice. But when you affect other people in your choices, then that's bad, because obviously your choices are making a difference to other people.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Oh,
go on, mate.
sorry. According to X, we're in negotiations with Bayern Munich for Palhinha.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought we was anyway, but
I mean,
I heard it. I don't know. Some stories I've heard that it's done quiet, it's not going to happen, and the other stories I've heard that it is going to happen. So I don't really know what to believe, to be honest.
Well,
the thing is, it's all rumours, because the fact is that the actual official window's only just opened today. So I guess that even if we did say we're talking to him before, technically we really couldn't be doing any real proper deals, because obviously the window wasn't open, and that's tapping up in it. You can't really.
Yeah. I get that. Has anyone seen the paper talk about Cody Gakpo by any chance?
It's interesting, isn't it? It's very interesting, because I've got a very controversial opinion. Not that I will die on a hill for this player. I actually relatively like Cody Gakpo.
So do I.
I actually like him. I think he scores goals. I think he doesn't suit what Liverpool want. And I don't think he suited what Liverpool is as a football club. But if you I think Cody Gakpo could be a decent player for Spurs. I think he's a decent footballer. I liked him at his it was PSV, wasn't it? It was PSV, his previous club. I've always liked him. Whether he's the right player for Spurs, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I quite like him.
He can play in a few different positions, Ben, can't he, as such?
He can play as a striker as well. Not that I'd like him as a striker. He's much better as a number 10 on / left winger, so he would be rotating.
Would you be happy with Gakpo and Savinho on the left?
I'd be happier with that than Tel and Odegaard. It's not saying a lot.
I'd prefer Gakpo over Savinho. I think if we're going to get two, I'd rather get Gakpo and obviously we could sell Tel, I guess. Or if we had to, if I had to choose between the two of them, I'd definitely choose Gakpo over Savinho.
It depends what we want as a football team. From what I can see, I think Savinho suits Roberto De Zerbi's style of football more, because he's technically better than Cody Gakpo. I like Cody Gakpo personally because he scores goals and he adds a sort of a goal scoring threat. It depends what Roberto De Zerbi wants. We can all, and I'm not going to glaze for the manager, because the manager has to fight for his own corner. He's now got supposedly more power than the sporting director, so we are going for players that he wants.
I agree with that. I agree with that, Ben. Yeah, but.
I personally like Cody Gakpo. That's the player I would sign. If I had 60 million to spend, I would sign Cody Gakpo over Savinho. But if the manager wants that particular player, we've got to listen to why that manager wants that player.
Yeah.
And Spurs fans have been constantly saying, give the manager what he wants. And now the manager wants that player. It's like, I don't want that player. So it's got to be a 50-50. We've got to separate what we want to what the manager might want Savinho, but I like Cody Gakpo. So that's my thing.
Shouldn't that be the same for Vuskovic as well then? Because a lot of Spurs fans don't want us to sell Vuskovic. If De Zerbi doesn't want him, then we can't 1 minute want to back the manager and then next minute if
it's the thing, isn't it? It is the thing. It will be a shame to lose Vuskovic because he is highly rated. But if you look at Vuskovic as a player, he's very good in both boxes and he looks like a very decent defender. But Roberto De Zerbi wants defenders that are quick on their feet. And I think Vuskovic has the bit of a turning circle of a battleship. He's not a quick defender. He's not an agile. He's not like the likes of Senesi, for example, who can pirouette from and make a pass. That's the type of defender that Van Hecker is the type of defender Roberto De Zerbi likes. But I personally wouldn't sell Vuskovic for 30 million. I don't think that's enough money for him. If Brighton want 55 million for a centre-back that's got 1 year left on the deal, I don't think we should accept that. I don't think we should be bullied by Brighton, because if the shoe was in the other foot and we wanted to sign Vuskovic, they would want minimum 95, 100 million.
Yeah.
So Brighton they can't have their cake and eat it. If the tables were turned, they would want 100 million for him. But because we're the guys that have the player and he has got 4 years left on his deal, they're going to have to pay up some moolah. 30 million for a very highly rated centre-back, I think, is not enough money, personally.
But the thing is, we've rejected that, so there's no point of us even saying that they're going to pay for it, because we have rejected that already. Like we said, that's out of pocket. Like, you're taking the actual mick, so we're not going to accept 30 mil. Like, I'm with you. Like, I did a video about this morning about outrage, about how people were just getting outraged over like things that I just don't understand. Because I was saying that if he wasn't our player, and we just said, right, we're going to get this player from Bundesliga. He's had one good season in Bundesliga that everyone's raving about him. He's 19 years old, and we want to get him as our main centre back. Everybody was going mental about it, saying we can't have a kid, blah blah. Just because we've got him as our player doesn't mean that he's going to be an excellent player and that he should come in and start. Loads of people saying bring Vuskovic in to start. Like, no, we can't be doing that. Everyone says we can't rely on kids, and then they moan when we're going to basically try and get older players and more experienced players. I don't understand what fans want some of the time. I really don't. I just get really confused by it. Like,
I think Tottenham fans are confused, aren't they, Mia? I love Tottenham fans, but it seems like Tottenham fans have an obsession with youth players for absolutely no reason. They always want the kid to play rather than getting if your four centre backs are Van Hecker. That's if we sign Van Hecker. The player wants to come to Spurs. Spurs need to do the deal now. They need to just get the deal over the line. Because now that the window is open, it's now eating into time we could be using to sign other players. We need to get that deal over the line. If you start your season with Van der Ven, Senesi, Danso, and Van Heck, I'm delighted with that. That's four really good centre-backs with experience, with technical ability, but you've also got a centre-back in Danso that can head a ball. So if you need to have a game where you're playing a more direct opposition, that's covered. But Spurs fans always want kids to play. They always want the kids to play, even if it's to the detriment of the football team. And everyone knows my opinion. The first thing Roberto De Zerbi did when he became the coach of Spurs was he removed all the kids from the team. All of them gone. They were all out of the team because he realised staying up was more important than playing an 18-year-old that Spurs fans really like. So I think we need to have a few more experienced players. And if Vuskovic has to go for the betterment of Tottenham Hotspur, sell the player. Sell him. He's an 18-year-old centre-back that's never played in the Premier League, as Mia said. He's had one really decent season at Hamburg. Spurs has to come first over a player.
Yeah, Ben, sorry, I heard, when we signed Palhinha, I heard people say, Spurs fans say, we shouldn't sign Palhinha because it will limit Dre's playing time. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't give a toss about Dre. I want the best players to be playing for Spurs.
And this is where I'm going to give an even more controversial opinion. Palhinha should not be our priority as a signing. I like Palhinha and he saved us last year. But if Spurs want to progress and not be a bottom five team, we need players that can pass a football. And as much as I like Palhinha, he cannot pass a football. So instead of buying a Paulinho for, let's say, I think the fee's down to 20 million now because it was originally 30, 25 plus 5, and then they've removed 15 million quid of that. So it's 15 to 20 million. I'd rather spend that money on a player that can pass a football because we've got Bentancur that can do the Paulinho job. Yes, he's made of cheese, but he can do that job. And I would still say he's probably our most complete midfielder. We need not this player, but a player of this mould. I want a player like Bruno Guimaraes in my midfielder that can receive the ball and pass a football. Spurs have not got a single footballer in their team. They haven't. Not in midfield. We need footballers that can pass a football because that's the reason Spurs ended up where they were. It's not because they weren't fighters. It's because there was no quality. And Mia hated this player. Paulinho is just another Højbjerg. I think Paulinho is better than Højbjerg, but he's just another Højbjerg. Someone who's good at intercepting a ball. But when you want to be a European competing team, you've got to have players that can pass a football. And we don't have that. So Paulinho should go on the back burner. He should go on the back burner. Sign midfielders that can pass a football first and foremost, because that's what Roberto De Zerbi is going to want. If he is a player that comes in afterwards to be a bolsterer for the squad, fair play. But at this moment in time, we have to sign players that can pass a football, because that's where Spurs' problems are, holding on to a football because we lose the ball constantly, and going forward. We have to sign footballers.
I'm going to have to say I concur with Ben about the whole Paulinho thing. And I didn't hate Højbjerg. I just didn't think he was good enough with like what I wanted us to do as a team. Like I just felt like he was so slow in his turn. He wasn't very mobile. He did what he did and he was very good at what he was doing. But moving forward, I just didn't think he was for Spurs, like the way I wanted to see Spurs play. So I didn't hate anybody. I don't hate our players. Me and Ellie always had that back and forth because she pushed it.
Funny,
so the person that I am, the more you push me into a corner, the more you back me into a corner about something, the more I'll fight to get out of that corner. So, that's the kind of person I am.
Popcorn beer in. Get the popcorn out. Get the popcorn out. The plates are coming out. Smashing plates time.
I don't get my nickname Scrappy Doo for no reason. Yeah, so obviously that's why I didn't think that he was good enough. But yeah, with the whole thing with players, with youngsters, do you know, I looked it up again. If you want to go and watch all my videos, please go and do so because I've got information there. I think it's like 3% of all players that come through the Premier League through academies actually make it in the Premier League. So the actual percentage is very low of players that actually do make it. So the chances of all these players that we've got being these wonderful players that are going to come through at Tottenham is so like low that I don't know why people they're like rave about these players the whole time and say they want them to play. And then if they do you remember when Jose did it with Parrott? He went, go on then, I'll put on Parrott that everybody keeps talking about, and he absolutely flopped. So he just kind of proved the point, didn't he? He tried to prove the point. Actually, he's not ready. Actually, managers do know best. If they see a player that's good quality, a good quality manager will see that in a player. A good, decent manager will see.
He doesn't trust the kids, does he, Mia? If he said openly, I want a ball-playing midfielder, he's not said it personally, but all the journos that are connected with Spurs said, Spurs want to do something important in midfield. That is the word, something important. So clearly, he does not trust the kids in midfield to play football. He doesn't trust them.
I think with De Zerbi, he wants some people that he wants adults, reliable, that are not going to have like mistakes in them where they're young and they're going to keep making mistakes because we haven't got time for that. He wants players that he trusts, and that will obviously come with experience. You can put them on you can bleed like ones like Gray, he shouldn't be playing all the time. He can come in and play a little bit here and there, and I think that's what De Zerbi will do with him because that's how you're supposed to bleed in the youngsters to see if they get minutes and if they're good enough when they're at a certain age where you think they can be trusted. But if they're not good enough, they're not good enough. I don't know why people are getting so like upset about it. I know it's nice for us to have players that are homegrown, Tottenham through and through, but that's unfortunately just not how it works.
The fine kid though, because a lot of Spurs fans want a player like Adam Wharton, but technically he's only a kid.
Adam Watson's
old-
quality though, isn't he? Adam
Yeah,
Watson's
he's not
quality.
He's
He's quality.
experienced.
He's quality.
Just how Adam Watkins, he's about 21 or something, isn't he?
He's
Yeah,
not a
but
kid anymore.
he's experienced, isn't he, as well? Don't forget he's been playing, so it's not like he's inexperienced. What I'm talking about, youngsters, is the ones that come through our academy or like that we brought through into our academy that people are talking about. They're youngsters that have not had any experience. Like the Vuskovic thing, he's had one good season in the Bundesliga and everybody's going absolutely apoplectic about him going. We don't even know what this kid's going to develop into.
No, I said this. I've said this. Nobody
Yeah.
knows. He's an unknown quantity. He's had that much smoke blown up his backside over the last year or two, but he's still an unknown quantity. He already said last
it's
year
interesting, isn't it? People want Vuskovic because he scores goals, not because he can defend.
Yeah.
It's funny that, isn't it? He's a defender that scores goals. They'll be like, oh, he's got to be in the team. Look at all these goals he's scored. And wait.
It's like Van de Ven. Van de Ven's not the best defender in the world.
I
because
want
he's
defenders who
fast.
can defend.
Because he's so fast and he pops up a goal now and again. Spurs fans love him.
We can have this conversation. I think Van de Ven looks better as a left back.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I do as well. Yeah.
I think he looks better as a left back.
He plays that way
He plays that for the Dutch, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He looks better as a left back.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
he plays that for the Dutch, when he gets in his national team, he's normally left back. So
It's
maybe
an
they
option,
do
isn't it?
something we don't.
It's an option to play him out there on the left.
Do you think that's why we got Senesi in to be able to play that? Because Senesi's obviously left-footed, isn't he?
Possibly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it could be that's what he's looking at.
But then we got Robertson and Doddy as well, isn't it? I don't think we'd have 3 left backs, will we?
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
another option, though,
it's-
Anthony, isn't it? It's another
Yeah.
option when you think about it. You know, you can see Van de Ven up and down that left-hand side, can't you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
As I say, it's better to have players that play multiple positions, isn't it?
As long as they're good at the multiple positions
exactly.
they're playing in.
And
And-
don't forget,
It's all right being a jack of all trades, isn't it? When you master a none, then that's a bit
Yeah.
worrying.
yeah.
the thing about Adogi is always injured, so he's not reliable. So if you've got someone like a Robertson, he's not going to be playing a lot of games. So if you really need be, then you can put Van de Ven over there because obviously he's going to be a better option to put over there. And we now have got somebody who can cover him to play defend in the middle of the defence. So I feel like that actually is not a bad option to have.
Right, everyone. I need to jump, unfortunately.
Was that Will I saw lurking in the background?
No, it's someone to pick up my coffee machine. It's a disaster. So
Oh.
everything's a disaster at the coffee company. But cheers for the chat, everyone.
Thanks, Ben. Cheers,
Live
mate.
I'll see you next time. Cheers,
Live at
everyone.
2. Live at 2.
Live
Yeah.
at 2,
Live
Ben.
at 2. Live at 2. I'll see you all there.
Guys, just all go and subscribe over at the Coast Company.
There you go.
Big up
Yeah,
for
over
everyone.
there.
Big up
Do.
for everyone. Subscribe to Mia and Anthony as well. Support
Absolutely.
everyone in the Spurs YouTube community. It helps everyone out.
100%.
Every little bit helps. Cheers,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thanks,
Ciao
Ben.
for
Good
now.
to see you, mate. Take
Pick
care.
yourself up, mate.
There you go. Ben's been in and Ben's gone. He's got to sort his coffee machine out.
I don't
Actually,
tell him that I had 2 Costas
Has anyone
this
tried
morning.
it? Has anyone
No.
tried his coffee?
Mark has.
Yes.
Amir has. Yeah, I haven't.
What?
but-
Ben's coffee?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the best, mate. If you want good coffee, get yourself the Woodford Green, whatever it is.
Or
Or you can order
get
it.
in touch and get a takeaway, and he'll send you the
They do,
coffee that you
they
like
do
if you've got a coffee
They do
machine.
decaf.
Yeah, he does everything.
Yeah.
He does everything,
If you
mate.
buy, if you go onto, there's a website. He's got a website, and you can
company.
order the coffee. You can order the actual coffee yourself. You can order it, and you can have it so you can grind it up yourself. So you've got the
Yeah.
beans, and you can grind it, or you can buy it grounded, I think, as well. So
Yeah.
go over there and check out their website. So I'm promotion today. I'm on the old promos.
There
Yeah.
you go. What can
And
I say?
take it from me, it is the best coffee I've ever drank. That Finker, that's a local thing round here, comes close, but it's not as good as Ben's. And I was going to say he would have been disgusted with me, but I've had 2 Costas this morning in the garages.
Oh dear, Sheriff.
So
Costa's not even coffee. Costa's
No,
like
it's
water. It's the worst coffee ever. Like I like Costa's hot chocolates because at Christmas
right.
they do a cherry one. They do the Black Forest Gatto and that one, the Black Forest a hot chocolate is their best hot chocolate ever, but their coffee is the most weak coffee. Even if you have 3 shots, it's rubbish.
They
I was
were
about to say
cappuccinos.
something to me. I like Costa's hot chocolates. They're nice, especially at
Yeah,
Christmas.
that's what I just said, isn't it?
Well, nice.
They're the best. Yeah, they're the best, man. I've got a coffee machine at home, so I have hot coffee at home. I've already had my second coffee today, but I absolutely like strong coffee, good strong coffee, not this weak water stuff that Costa does.
Get round the bends, order on the coffee company, or go to his shop. It's the best coffee. It's cappuccinos. I had 5 of them when I was at the last time. I didn't go to sleep for about 3 days. Just
Joe, I'll tell you what, the other day I was flagging a little bit and it was about 7 o'clock. And so I thought I'll just have myself like a little shot of coffee. I wasn't even tired by 11:30. That's why I stayed up and watched the Brazil game, because I think that coffee late, I was wide awake. I was proper wide awake. I was like, I'm never having coffee that late again.
No. Well, the last time I went there, I think I had 5 cappuccinos in Ben's, but then I had to cancel out with 5 pints of Amstel, and that sort of balanced it up. So I went to sleep.
That balanced it out.
Balanced it out. It leveled the equilibrium.
Yeah, it's an interesting from Ulrika. Coffee tastes better when someone else makes it.
Of course.
100%. I tell you what, sometimes my eldest, he'll make me a coffee, get up and let the dogs out, feed them, and then he'd bring me up a cup of coffee, and that coffee tastes so much better than when I make it.
I used to go to my mate's house and I used to ask him for a coffee, and he used to make me one, and it used to be like tar, and I was like, what the hell is this? And he was like, well, you won't ask me for one of them, will you? So his attitude was that if he offered me one, he's made a decent one for me.
Make you the worst
If
coffee
I
ever,
asked
then you don't ask
one-
for anymore.
What's that?
See, I wouldn't accept that. I would say send it back and go make me another one until you make something decent.
Yeah.
I
It's
would
like
have
when
none of
someone
that
asks you to do
nonsense.
the washing up. If someone asks you to do the washing up, do it badly, then you don't get asked anymore.
No, you make them redo the washing up to make sure they do it better next time, and then the next time after. What's this all this nonsense? Don't think so. Not in my house anyway.
Listen, amongst you bunch of coffee lovers, I've just demolished a beautiful cup of tea, by the way. I
like
like it
a-
out I made
Tea's
earlier
my
on.
favourite. Tea's my favourite, actually. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
tea.
I only have 2 coffees a day in the morning, and then I drink tea for the rest of the day. And my boys love a cup of tea. So every day when they come home from school, they've got a cup of tea and biscuits ready for them, and I take it up to them to their bedrooms for them.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Bless.
So I
Biscuits
treat
as
my
well.
yeah, they have to have tea and biscuits.
What's your favourite tea bag? There you go.
Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire
Yorkshire.
tea's the best. Yeah.
Anthony, are you Yorkshire?
Yorkshire, yeah.
Sheriff, you don't drink tea, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you do? Yeah, go on. What
PG normally.
Oh, PG for Sheriff. I've got to shout it out again. If anyone likes, I know Yorkshire tea's strong, or it can be if you make it that way. But if anyone likes strong tea, I recommend Twinings Extra Strong. Oh my God, what a cup of tea that is! By the way,
You know what? Cooking.
Yep.
Right now, I'm on my phone. I'm about to put Twinings Extra Strong in my Amazon basket, and I'm about to go on Ben's coffee shop to order some stuff. So I'm spending a bit of money this morning. So thanks for the tips, everyone.
There you go. Well, what I will say is about the old Twinings Extra Strong. Obviously, it's a supermarket tea bags, but the supermarkets take it between themselves, like your Asda, your Tesco, Sainsbury's, whoever. They take it in turns to put it on special offer. And it's always on special offer at one of them. So normally 80 tea bags is £6.50, right? But if you shop around for them, you get them for £4. Because there's always someone, whether it be the Co-op, whether it be Tesco, one of them has always got them on for £4. So I'll just have a mosey round as you do. And when I see them for £4, I'll buy 4 or 5 boxes and stick them in the cupboard. Done. Buy 4, get 1 free type of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, happy days. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
well, I hope you realise as of tomorrow, mate, if it's anything like Spain, the tea bags, you need 3 tea bags to make a half sensible cup of tea.
It's only coffee on holiday, mate. Don't do tea on holiday. Because
No,
you can't get tea bags. They're not strong
No.
enough. You can leave them in for 3 weeks and it'll still be like piss.
Yeah. Well, the last time I was in Spain, mate, I was putting 2 and 3 in there.
Yeah. No, I don't bother. I just drink cappuccino on holiday. That's what I do.
When we went
That's
to
all right.
Alicante, we managed to get PG tips because I
Ooh.
found a app that you could get shopping delivered. So I got shopping delivered to the apartment, and they actually had PG tips. So I bought some because the boys like their cup of tea. Even in the afternoon when we was in Spain, I still made them a nice cup of tea when we come back from the beach.
Yeah, lovely.
Apparently, when you're
PG.
dehydrated or like really thirsty or something, tea is supposed to be the best thing to drink.
Yeah. I've always been a tea drinker. My old man was a proper tea, tea drinker, builder's tea type of.
Yes.
Loved his tea. Me
We
dad.
got the builder's tea.
Yeah, and I think I got it from him, to be honest with you. We've got a few comments here. I'll bring up. Armin doesn't want to talk. He wants to talk football, not coffee. I'm out of here. We'll get back onto the football, Armin, by the way. Sophie says Yorkshire all day long. There you go. Marianne says, I love my Twinings, Earl Grey cup. And also up here, Kevin said, does anyone like Earl Grey tea? I'm not a fan.
I'm not a
I've
fan.
never really drank it.
Not a fan, mate. I did try it, and my nan would have loved it, Earl Grey, to be honest with you. But it's not for me, Kev. It's not for me.
I'm too common. I'm too common to like Earl Grey. It's a bit posh.
Yeah.
Does
It's got a funny taste.
Does anyone drink flavoured tea? Like, the flavours?
No, definitely not.
No.
The only time I drink flavoured tea, if you've got an upset belly, peppermint tea is really good. I always did that for the kids as well. A bit of peppermint tea with honey in it when you've got an upset belly.
Yeah,
It
well,
settles your
peppermint's
tummy.
meant to be really good for your stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So when they've had a sickness bug or anything like that, peppermint tea is a really good one to have. And ginger and lemon tea when you've got a cold.
Ginger and lemon tea is good, yeah.
And then put some real lemon in it and some more honey in it, and it's great. Good to go.
There you go. Everyone's telling me to take my own tea bags. Yeah,
you can.
I probably will. I've only got my little rucksack though, but I'll find a little zip somewhere to wham a few Twinings in there. That'll be handy.
It's just lads on tour, isn't it? There's no women going, is there?
Sorry?
It's just lads on tour, isn't it? There's no women
Lads
going,
on tour, yeah. That's it, mate. I'll
So
bring this
I should
question
have an
up.
Amstel for my breakfast.
Well, yeah, Amstel on tour. It is. Ulrika's in. Big up, Ulrika. Says Spurs related. Are you guys going to give credit to our new owners for moving early? Has any other Premier League club signed a player yet, whilst we have signed 2 with more to come?
Well, I don't, because what's his name? Give me a load of grief.
Who, World Under?
Yes, that's the one. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, as much as I am Enoch out, because I am, then if they actually do things and start acting like a big club, you got to give them flowers when you think is deserved.
But it's 26 years too late, isn't it, really? Or 25 years, or whatever.
Yeah, but even so, even if they do something right and they are acting quickly this window, you've got to give them their flowers to a certain extent. Yeah, it's certainly not all forgotten. Certainly not. And the drum is still behind me, ready to start beating again.
The thing is, Sheriff, do you think we've been hurt so much? Yeah, we're just a bit like, we don't really believe it. We always think something's bad's going to happen because it's happened so many times.
Yes, I know what you're saying, but when they actually do something, because let's face it, the 2 players we signed, they are frees. They both are free. Yeah. But do they improve us? Yes, they do, in my opinion. So you've got to give them some sort of flowers, but they're certainly not forgiven. Certainly not forgiven.
The thing is, though, I don't mind signing 3 players as long as they're good 3 players. You can look at Spurs signing 60, 70 million pound or whatever on Richarlison, Solanke, those type of players. But look how they've worked out. So it's you know, we can spend loads of money, but you have to spend money on the right players. And if the right players are free transfers, then I don't care if it's 11 free transfers. But if they're really good free transfers, then I don't really care.
Exactly.
If you look at the business so far, sorry, go on.
No, carry on, man.
If you look at the business so far, so we could say that we've got Senesi, great bit of business for free. We've got Robertson, free. A lot of people saying that it's a good signing. Like me, I think it's a good signing, quality enough and experience. Some people might say that it's not a great, like, good business, but I'd say it's good business. We've got Porro re-signed. Some people obviously don't particularly like Porro, but I think it's good to re-sign him. Obviously, De Zerbi trusts him and wants him to stay. And then obviously you've got the re-signing of Davies, which obviously a lot of people are negative about and say it's not a good bit of business. And it's, you know, why is he taking up a space where I can understand it, whilst I might not fully be on board with it, I can understand it. So when you look at them 4 bits of early business that we've done, I think it's okay. I think it's on the like okay scale, 4 out of 10 so far. What I would say, they need to do so much more to make it even any higher than that. So I think they've done okay so far. But now the window's open, I want to see these players that we've been linked to strongly, like Heck. I want that deal done. I think that deal should be done because he wants to come to us. De Zerbi wants him. Get him. And if that means that we have to sell Vuskovic as well, cool. That's fine. If that's what De Zerbi wants, I want him to get what he wants. So,
Exactly.
like, I think deals like that need to be done quickly and no stalling if that's what De Zerbi really wants.
Exactly. And I'll also say that, like, I mean, if this is the only 2 players, the 2 free ones, if that's it for the rest of the window, then the drum will certainly be out again. And I will be banging loud and proud on it. But if we sign,
don't we?
if we sign another 3 or 4 and they improve us, all of them, no kids. We need men and experience in the team now. We signed enough kids. But, like, if this is the only 2 signings we make, then I'll be apoplectic at the end of the window. But because desperately we need a striker, at least, you could say 2. But, like, you know, as long as the players we sign improve us.
Yep.
You know, or I think they improve us. You know, no pissing about anymore. Enoch, as far as I'm concerned, Enoch are on their final chance now. Final chance. Because let's face it, it's not to us whether they leave anyway. You know, but you can only put the pressure on them. And I personally believe that 17th 2 years running, they may have actually been whacked round the head with a frying pan and they woke up and realised.
It's possible.
That's what I'm praying anyway.
I won't believe it till I see it.
Yeah, no, I can't see it either. You live in hope.
So, when you said about the kids thing, I've heard fans say we don't want kids, we don't want kids. But then I've also heard fans say, but that there's a player in the Netherlands called Mario Götze that's supposed to be really good apparently, but he's only 20, and they're like, we should sign him. And I'm like, but 1 minute you're saying don't sign any kids, but then you want to sign kids. I don't get it.
Yes, that's Tottenham fans for you, though. They don't make any sense, some of them. And I'm like, I don't get it either. I argued with somebody the other night just on the exact same thing. So I said the exact same. You can't say that you don't like the owners because they don't sign anyone but kids and then want to sign a kid. That doesn't make any kind of sense. Like, it's just, people don't make any sense when they speak like that. I never get it. Like, at the end of the day, we need, like what you said, we need men in this team now. We've got enough children. We need to get some actual stable men that have played, they've got experience and got their heads on their shoulders, and that, you know, that we can rely on, players that we can rely on. You can't rely on youngsters because they're going to make mistakes inevitably because they're young. And so you can't rely on them. They can't be the ones that we think, we're going to be sitting here relying on you. And that's why, again, with Savinho, though he's had some years in the Prem, he hasn't had that much experience in the Prem because he doesn't get played. And that's why I feel like he's still a bit of an unknown quantity again. And that's why I think spending a lot of money on him, personally, I think it's a risk. That's what I think. I just think he's a bit of a risk. that we don't know that he's going to replicate what he's done before.
And here we go, Mr. Mr. Box Office, all over me immediately. I said, Alex, that I'm praying that they've changed. Whether they have or not.
Alex. He's got hope.
The thing is with Savinho, we've been chasing him for like last year. We've been chasing him this year. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's been ridiculous. What's he? He must have something in him, some special thing in him for us to be being obsessed with him. I can't. It's just we're going a bit too much trying to chase that one player. I mean, I would like Savinho, but if City don't want to sell him or something's happened where they don't, or he's too expensive, just move on.
Oh, look, he's back in again. Hope is for losers. When it comes to Spurs, well,
if we haven't got hope, Alex, what's the point of supporting the team? Like, if you haven't got hope, what's the point? You might as well not follow the team, right? Because each time you watch them, you hope that they win, right? So that's hope. Every fan's got hope. Every fan of every team has got hope because you hope that they're going to win. So I actually think that's, I don't know, like, I feel like your view is completely, you're entitled to your view, and of course you are. Other people are also entitled to their views. To call people deluded and flip-flops or whatever for having hope, I think it's just a bit extreme, I will say.
What I will say is, Box Office, is that I would just like to get back to the days, as Mark said, and has mentioned a few times, not a lot, I've got to say, but Mark always said, you remember that last season at White Hart Lane when we was, whatever it was, 17 and 2. 17 and 2. And Mark used to say, Saturday had come round, and his first thought to come into his head, whoever we was playing at home, we'll win today.
Was that our last season at White Hart Lane?
Yeah.
17 wins, 2 draws.
Do you know what I mean? We got to sort out our own form for a start off, because the last 2 years has been absolutely shocking. And most teams with home form like that would have been gone, would have been down.
Have we won 5 games in 2 seasons?
Something like that.
4 or 5.
Yeah. Something like that. But I just want us to be better at the end of the day. And like everyone else has said, you know, we've all got our opinions on players, but, you know, when you link with someone and you think in a position, well, surely he's got to be better than whoever that position is, then as long as it's for the betterment of the team, then that's fine for me at the end of the day. You know, we've all got our preferences on players that we'd like to come in, and that's what we talk about it.
Well, no matter, sorry, can I say one thing quickly? Sorry.
Go on, mate.
Players we're linked to, whoever we're linked to, they're better than the players that we've got at the moment. But are they the players that's going to take us to the next level? That's the question.
No one knows till they come in, Anthony, do they? At the end of the day, and like Mia said earlier, well, you've all said it. At the end of the day, I think it's time to back the manager. You know, the time has to come at some stage, you know, however it's being run up there at Spurs, that they need to get behind the manager and what the manager wants, not necessarily he gets, but all the time, but a lot of the time. I think that's where we need to go, and we need to move properly for players. And like you've all said as well, if we've got to pay a bit more to get a player and De Zerbi really wants him, let's get it done and get him in, rather than pissing about like they normally do. Just get it done. There you go. Sorry, Mr. Box Office. I used the big A word again. I keep forgetting. Don't use the A word. But it's Box Office now. Sorry, Box Office. I appreciate it.
I want to pull up something Rudolph said, is that about getting players early. I don't think it's about getting players early. I agree. I think it's about getting the right players, but it's also about getting it done if that's what the manager wants. That was my point. It wasn't so much getting them in early doors. It's more about getting them in and not mucking about if you want them, and not like, if you like, a bit like what Anthony said, if you want them and they don't want to come, just say cool, walk away. Because at the end of the day, if you're not going to be able to make a deal, don't keep trying to chase a player that obviously doesn't want to come, or there's an issue. If the player doesn't want to come, you have to leave it and move on. like we have to do business decisive. I think decisively is what I feel like that we need to be this season. I feel like we need to be ruthless and decisive and say,
Let's be
right, this
honest.
player,
No, carry on, Mia.
yeah, this player is the one we want. Cool. If we can't get him, give it up. Don't do like what we did with Gibbs White and carry it on and on and on.
Yeah.
Well, and to be honest, you got to be. I'd like there to be a plan as well. You know, because normally in the transfer window we seem to have no plan whatsoever, and just panic at the end and pick the scraps up that nobody else wants, and normally get stung. We normally pay lots of money for not very good players. So I'd like to be a plan of. I'm hoping that they've already sort of highlighted the positions that need improving. A striker, a left winger, blah, 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 blah. And there's a plan to get. They must have a list of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 in each position that they want. And so I'm hoping that there's a plan to go in for these players and not panic at the end and just get anybody. So that's what normally happens. Last week at the window, we've only signed 1 or 2, and it's like, you know, you'll do.
Moani at the end of the transfer window last year, isn't it? Same thing, really.
Yeah,
but,
there you go.
You know, it never worked out for him at the end of the day. Sheriff, Mia, I'm going to wrap up. I've got some bits that I've got to go and get done before holiday day tomorrow. Mia, what have you got? I know you said you did a video this morning. Anything else coming up, or plug your channel, Mia, please?
Yeah, I'm over at Tottenham's Lone Wolf. I did a video this morning. I put them out at 8 o'clock. So yeah, if you put your notification bell on, you'll see that I do my videos regularly. I'll do them on transfers, talking points. I try and change it up a little bit, because otherwise it gets a bit boring just talking about transfers all the time, because most of the time it's just paper talk, isn't it? So I do transfers, but not like religiously, as I get a bit bored just saying, look, we've been interested in this guy. We're like chasing this one. We've got our eye on this one. It just gets a bit boring. So yeah, I try and mix it up a little bit with the topics that I speak about. So
go get the buzzwords in, Mia. The buzzwords are the most important. It's buzzword bingo season.
Yeah, no, I don't do all that because it drives me mad. So I try not to, like I say, concentrate too much. So yeah, if you want to have conversations about other topics as well, it's nice, really. Just like I say, to stop listening. Like, I do listen to some transfer stuff, but most of it I just put my fingers in my ears. It's like la 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 la, because it's just a load of noise, isn't it? Really, to be honest.
There you go. So get over to Mia at Tottenham's Lone Wolf. Also, Anthony at Tottenham Therapy. He's got his channel with Dave, Spurs Session Podcast. Ben at the Coffee Company. Get over to him as well. Sheriff, anything you want to say before we wrap up, mate?
Well, big up to all the chat. Mia, everyone in the chat. We will try to do a live, but I'm going to have to set it up on my phone, so there'll be no fancy thumbnail. We will try and do a live when we're over there, maybe more than once.
We'll try.
We'll see what occurs. There'll certainly be quite a few shorts, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Well, no, short videos. I'm not on about drinky shorts.
There you go. Well, I'm sure there'll be a bit of that.
Hang on. I forgot to get. Hang on.
Oh yeah, I got my hug in early this morning.
I was late to proceedings, Kate. So
yeah, there you go. A hug at the end and a hug at the beginning. What more could you want, Kate? Big up to all the chat. Thanks very much for being in this morning, as usual. Just let me bring these up. Andrew Gregory, big up to you, mate. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Always in here. Same with Kev Williams. Big up to Kev. Appreciate you, Kev. Thank you ever so much for the super chat. And one from William as well. Big up to William.
Big up.
Says, have a pint on me, guys. My birthday on D-Day. Born that great year of 61 in Scotland. My dad was a Spurs man. He loved Blanche Flower and Gilzine. There you go. Listen, people, have a great week. Like Mark says, there'll be a few shorts, maybe a few videos, whatever. Might be alive. We'll be back on Wednesday week with the breakfast brunch. Back then again. we'll see you in a week's time, and hit the notification bell, because all I will say is the lads are on tour from tomorrow. Big up to everyone. Big up, Mia. Thank you very much. Sheriff,
Big
I'll
up,
see
everyone.
you tomorrow. And as always, come on,
Come on.
you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.